Greetings, February 6th, 2013 here. I am A K Segan. I am with the first drawing of the Sightseeing with Dignity Human Rights series. This is drawn in 2003, 10 years ago now. And it's called Benjamin Hermanson, 1985 to 2001. And for at least 4 or 5 years prior to my doing this drawing, I have been giving thought to starting a companion human rights series to complement the Under the Wings of God Holocaust series, especially as World War II is becoming ever more distant, and now I've been known to say that it's like ancient history. Well, the Vietnam War is ancient history, and for students today, and that was going on when I was in high school. The World War II was of my parents' generation, who were mainly folks in many in their 80s, 90s, or who are now gone. And Benjamin Hermanson was when he was 14 years old, he was harassed at a soccer match in Oslo, Norway, by some, what I would call hooligans, white, racist types. And he was so unsettled by this that he joined up with a group of peers who were involved in anti-race hate work. This is a kind of after-school volunteer group organization. And being in the wrong place at the wrong time for himself, or for anyone who might have been the victim, a year later when he was 15, he was knifed to death by white racist skinheads. I think the name of the group was the Boot Boys in Oslo, and he was murdered. This caused a lot of anguish and consternation and public discussion in Norway at the time, which hadn't had this sort of race hate incident. I learned about Benjamin on the internet, printed a few photos, and did the drawing, as I mentioned, in 2003. The kind of unicorn in the cloud here was from my imagination. The feather from my small collection I have of feathers and wings. This is the actual feather I used. I'm going to turn the camera upside down here, which had been abandoned. I found it in an empty studio space at the late artist and photography studios called Westwork Studios, which were in Pioneer Square in Seattle. We all had to vacate the building within several months after the November 28th, 2001 quake. I found this on the floor somewhere and took it home, and there it is, the drawn version of it, which was with colored pencil, gouache like watercolor, and ink. And I hadn't planned on actually mounting the actual feather on the frame, but at the time, in 2006, I had two back-to-back exhibits coming up, one at Illinois Wesleyan University in Bloomington, and the other at Stevens College in Columbia, Missouri. Wanted to include this in the exhibit, mainly Under the Wings of God Holocaust artworks. Found one frame, which is this one. I had to repack it and decided while I was repacking it I needed to have the piece photographed, so I took it out of the frame. Thought a good time to do a short film about the drawing. And the frame was too long. I didn't have time to get it cut down before all the works were being picked up to be shipped off to the Missouri exhibit, and I glued the feather down here, and makes when I'm at exhibits and I'm giving tours, talks, and this Q&A's, question and answer time, I included the happenstance of it in the discussion. This thing here was from I picked up somewhere in West Palm Beach, where my folks and my mother lived for many, many years, like 1988 until several years ago. This here was drawn. I had to go through my one of my flat files contains rocks, stones, bones, and other things I pick up on walks, different cities and places I visit from teaching and elsewhere, and very kind of prickly plant form here with these like thorns. I picked up 2 of them. My note of the time says, in dense growth area, a few hundred yards from beach, West Palm Beach, April 2003. So that's what that was from. And then the last section I did of the drawing was this here, and I was trying to think, what would make Benjamin Hermanson's life and life experiences, how could I relate to him? An American Jewish artist. He was a Norwegian young man, youth, and I don't speak Norwegian. I don't know whether he spoke English. Might have learned it in school, but I was trying to think what would connect him to me and to young people worldwide, and finally it dawned on me, and I'm not going to give it away here, but audiences can have a look at this and see if they can figure out exactly what it is. The blue areas, by the way, are just kind of like shadow, because I had it laying on a table, the item that it is. There you have it, Sightseeing with Dignity drawing series number 1, Benjamin Hermanson, murdered in Oslo, 1985 to 2001, when he was murdered. I will also add his mother was white Norwegian, his father was from Ghana, was black. He was never outside of Norway during his short life, which did not have to end. There you have it.